The, the House has resumed the Local Government Act 2002 Amendment Bill. First reading. Sue Kedgley has about 3 minutes remaining, should she wish to avail herself of that opportunity.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Sue Kedgley.
So I was explaining what an unmitigated disaster water privatisation had been in England, and the sort of 35-year privatisations such as what we have here in New Zealand. The Daily Mail, a staunch supporter of the Conservative Party, had a headline commentary called "The Great Water Robbery," and it said, "In recent weeks the penny has been dropping that something has gone horrendously wrong with the privatisation of Britain's water industry. The water industry has become the biggest rip-off in Britain. Water bills to households and industry have soared, and the directors and shareholders of Britain's top 10 water companies have been able to use their position as monopoly suppliers to pull off the greatest act of licence robbery in our history." That was the Daily Mail, and that's what we are opening ourselves up to here in New Zealand with this bill. Another point I want to make is that the contracts, these 35-year contracts that they enter into, are completely secret. They're commercial in confidence, and so people don't know what are in these contracts. And so some of these contracts have a guaranteed rate of return. In Latin America, one of the big companies withdrew from said it was going to withdraw from its investments unless the return on capital was 13%. And actually it withdrew from most of Latin America because it couldn't get its guaranteed return. There's been huge revolts against high prices charged by private operators right throughout Latin America. Domestic water prices went up by 150% in Bolivia following privatisation, which led to huge demonstrations and so on and so forth. What happens when these companies go bankrupt in the course of their 35-year contract? Something that we should all be thinking about is the numbers of bankruptcies. Who takes over then? Is it the bank? What actually happens? Now, in Wellington, there's a 25-year contract with the water and the wastewater sewage here in Wellington. Now, this contract has changed 3 times in the past decade. It's gone from one company, then it's passed to another subsidiary, then to another. What are the implications for all this? And over 35 years, circumstances can change, but we're locked into these contracts. So the whole goal, we could find, everyone knows that water is going to be the oil of the 21st century. We're going to have water wars, and that's why we've got all these corporate water companies scouring the world trying to add water companies, publicly owned water companies such as those that we've built up over generations in New Zealand, scoop them up and suck them off for their profits and a complete disaster for consumers. This is what this bill will do.